All right, well, you have seen the video of a teen being attacked in a Texas restaurant wearing a MAGA hat.
Supporting the president. You ain't supporting.
Okay.
It's gonna go great in my really.
What is it going to take for all this to stop?
I am not sure. Let me tell you, though, all of this makes you think of the word deplorable. Am I right? I mean, I see all of this happening, and this is Maxine Waters' America. This is Nancy Pelosi's America. And I feel that the left can no longer really deny that they are the party of hate. They are the violent party, and that they wish to see a divided America. We don't see them speaking out against this in the way that they should, but it's going to have an equal and opposite effect. This is just going to make Trump supporters dig in their heels, as well as make people on the other side come over to the more sane and rational side.
Candace, you know, you've dealt with confrontations as well as you've come out and talked more about why you support the president. Is this something inherent in sort of the bubble world of the left where they think everyone agrees with them and then they walk out of the cocoon in the safe space and they realize the rest of America might agree with, a lot of the rest of America might agree with Trump?
You know, I actually don't think it's inherent. I think it's that it's been so permissible.
These people are fundamentally a joke. These aren't serious people. These are members of a cult. I hope they get frostbite.
I hope they get frostbite, is what he said. Now, remember, these talking heads are some of the kind, tolerant, unifying, and loving people that Biden and Harris claim make up their movement.
Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president? I want to clarify, I'm not an actor. I lie for a living. However, it's been a while. And maybe it's time.
Do what we want or we will hurt you. That's the real argument they're making. Reza Aslan, a longtime CNN employee, wrote this in the hours after Ginsburg died. Quote, "If they even try to replace RBG, we burn the entire effing thing down." That effing thing being our country that we built.
The clips you just played, I mean, frankly, people should be arrested for saying some of the stuff they were saying. Making direct bomb threats at the White House. And I've written column after column. And I've made this point to them. Look, you can scream as much as you like. You can be as abusive about Donald Trump as you want to be. You can call him all the names that you're calling him. But all it will do is empower Donald Trump. It will rally his base. And as we saw with Hillary Clinton, when she played the celebrity card so hard in 2016, it doesn't work.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Hashtag basket of deplorables is now the top trend on Twitter. This apology comes hours after Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway demanded an apology on Twitter. Important to note, this isn't the first time she's referenced some Trump supporters as the deplorables. Hillary made the same comment in an Israeli TV interview on Thursday, and Politico reports, Uma, she's been saying this line behind closed doors for weeks.
2 new attacks against the right as well.
A man in Florida claiming he was assaulted because a driver saw a Trump flag in his yard.
You have seen the video of a teen being attacked in a Texas restaurant wearing a MAGA hat.
Supporting the president. You ain't supporting.
Okay.
It's gonna go great in my really.
And then they wonder why more Americans are turning away from the intersectional left than ever.
Yeah, you know, Ben, one of the things that has always made us great is an appreciation for some kind of intellectual diversity, right? Being able to have civil debates, being able to share ideas. I mean, that's how we evolve. That's how we get better. But when one side isn't even willing to have the conversation, where does that leave us as a country?
Yeah, that is the serious problem. And what's absurd is there are a bunch of folks on the left who responded to this entire controversy by tweeting at me. These are mainstream left commentators saying, well, why don't you have me on your show? And I was like, okay. And they didn't really know how to respond to that because I'm happy to have conversations with folks on the left. I have conversations with folks on the left all the time. The left just doesn't want to open the Overton window enough to have conversations with anybody on the right.
Taylor Swift and Oprah Winfrey, recently in the midterms, both backed candidates who lost. Two of the biggest stars in America with the biggest followings. It's not enough to just be a Trump basher. You have to be offering something more. And I'm like you, Sean. I find it vomit-making that these stars, time and again, just think it's cool and productive to scream abuse at the President of the United States. There's no respect for the office, no respect for the White House, and frankly, not much respect for their own fans, many of whom will have voted for Trump.
The reality is, I think people have felt it, though. They have felt the positive impact of the Trump administration over the past 4 years, and they know that this president has been fighting for them despite what they might have heard out there in many mainstream outlets, as you just point out. So I think that history will reflect back very, very kindly on this president. I believe that Donald Trump will go down as the greatest president in our lifetime. And I fully believe that he will be in office for 8 long years. So, you know, there will be more to come on that front. But it certainly, I think, has been frustrating for us in the family, people in the administration, and Americans across the board.
Well, we try to be the antidote to that here on Newsmax. You know, I think people always say, they're like, geez, you know, are you biased? You seem like, you know, your reporting can be biased. I think, listen, every journalist, whether they admit it or not, whether they're being honest with themselves or not, is biased. But can you be fair? Can you be objective? And so much of the mainstream media has just lost that completely.
But it's really interesting and quite curious that both Hollywood and liberals have a very odd habit of insulting half of the country. Joe Biden went on to call Trump voters the dregs of society. Eric Holder saying we were motivated by fear. Obama called us all sorts of different labels 2 weeks ago, hateful, divisive, and then Hollywood last night insulting Christians. So the left and Hollywood do have something in common, and it's insulting Trump voters.
Well, 73 million people voted for President Trump, and it's not too much for them to expect, is it, that the media treat them fairly and respectfully. Now, for years now, I've been speaking about this type of honest, hardworking Americans who came to Washington over the weekend. It's dumbfounding to me that the media and Democrats still don't understand what a stupid strategy it is to alienate and dismiss all of these Americans.